Yeah, this being the last session, and after 2 full days of, I don't know, 3 dozens of presentations, it's pretty hard to find anything new to talk about. But I'll probably do the Shatner way and keep you busy and active during the session. A little bit of introduction. I founded iPinion in 2010, which brought an app-based and web app-based mobile market research solution to the market. Back when people seriously doubted if mobile research is feasible and if it is representative. Rightfully so, because when we had 11% market share, when smartphones were 11% and when iPhones were 3%, those questions were relevant. But from that time onwards, over the last 12, 15 months, the traction was tremendous, and we hear everyone talking about the same statistics. We grew pretty rapidly during the last 12 months. We were acquired by Research Now, and we are now called Research Now Mobile. Before I move into the core presentation about catching people, catching them in the moment, I really wanted to break a few myths here, having my heart, soul, and hands on to the mobile research for a few years. When I hear about certain myths, I think, hey, that's not really true. So let's attack this one by one. The first myth is people won't do apps, they don't download apps, they won't do mobile research. Here is some numbers that we saw with the Research Now panel when we are rolling out our apps there. We see 66% of panel members who are willing to download the app. Why is the difference? Why are we seeing some great numbers like this, and why do somebody else have a different experience? I think it's just about the way we do it. So it's about learning through the process, doing the right communication. It's like, if they give the same gun in everybody's hands and ask to shoot a target, you're going to see the bullets all over the place. So it's just about how we do it. The tool in itself, I think is powerful. The second myth is about mobile research is not for everybody. But let's do a reality check. When we travel back, if you take a look at what's going around in the airports, it's not uncommon to see senior citizens flashing out the Apples and Androids. We do see everyone. The third is about mobile is not representative. Think about it. We got representation from every single age group, every ethnicity, all income groups. And of course, it's easy to come up with an example and say, oh, my grandfather doesn't even know that an iPhone exists. But, what we're really trying to do is, there is going to be an exception everywhere. We have this problem in online. We have this problem in every other channels of research. And we're going to see that in mobile too. But the reality is, what we are looking for is a sample from every demographics, every age group that we have to reach out to. And we do have that in the mobile. So last about, it's just in the developed markets. That's not true either, because we are seeing, first of all, the mobile growth everywhere, and even the smartphone growth all over the place. Indeed, there are some markets which is mobile only, and which is ready for mobile, but not for the PC world. Think of India, which is having less than 20 million broadband connections on the desktops, and over 400 million mobile internet. Which would we go for, mobile or online research? I think the answer is obvious. So now back to catching the moving targets. This is one place where mobile research obviously is interesting, right? This is one place where it does exceedingly well over its predecessor, the PC research. So I'm going to talk more about that part as to what we see there. Really, it's about catching where it matters. So it could be the restaurants, it could be the movie halls, it could be the retail outlets. This is just about catching where people are is so important. Our friend Andrew Jevons was talking about how people's memory works. If we don't remember something, we just tend to make it up. So it's really important about where we capture people. It also is about how we capture it, right? How do we catch them? If we catch them, we should be catching them in the way it appeals to them. If we think of taking an online survey, render it, and put it on a smartphone screen, obviously we are going to see a different level of engagement as opposed to doing something. And it's about catching fresh. going back to the same memory. So there are certain things that you want to catch really in the moment of experience. Catching it vivid and rich. This is something that I really thought very interesting. We were doing a study which involved people taking pictures of their snacks and explaining why they liked it. Can you just play the audio, please?
I like the crunchiness. I used to not like cheesy Cheetos, but after I started to like hot Cheetos, I just recently found out I could actually also like regular Cheetos. But I do like hot snacks, which is interesting because I don't like spicy food. But I learned to like hot Cheetos.
She likes it again. So I think, I believe she's not going to fill that in an open-end text box. Are you with me? So it's really about, and one more thing, it's really catching where they're available. It's not about, where we want them to respond, but certain times it's really giving them that room to respond to wherever they are. As busy people, if you were a panel member, when are you more likely to take a survey? Is it in the office or while you're with your family members or while you wait in the airport? So about catching them young, when I say that, I think the young generation and the future professionals are going to be spoiled with the smartphones and mobile devices. They're going to be spending lesser and lesser time on these bigger screens. So this is a great platform where you can catch them young. It's not just about the young people. It's about several other hard-to-reach demographics where you can leverage mobile devices. And here are some live examples, some of them really interesting ones. We ran a moviegoer study. The way we ran it was we fenced about 50 different movie theater chains across the country. We used a venue trigger. We worked with Foursquare, and we used the locations. All we need to say is these are the movie theaters. And without mincing the words, the way it works is when people move into that hall, when they trip the fence, let's say we set 200-meter radius. When they go in, they automatically get invited for the survey. We had this geolocation captured in the background so people could walk into the movie hall and get invited for the study. Look at the response. We had about 489 people tripping the fence over a weekend and 308 people completing the study. That's a phenomenal response, over 62%. And here is a dirty information too. About 300 out of those 308 people, about 50 of them were not there for watching a movie. Why? They could have been pretty near. They would have been in a mall which hosted the movie theater, and they weren't. So you may still find some false positives, but we can always clear that out with an extra question. This is still a lot better than asking people, did you go to a movie hall, and rely on that information to ask the rest of the questions in the study. So no painful screeners. We are not trying to go after several thousands of people and then screen out, say, okay, you didn't watch a movie, I'm not going to go with the survey. We get rid of that. Very high quality because there is no false claims. You've got to be in the place to get invited for that. It's triggered and invited with geolocation. There is another example, a shopper study, pretty similar, a study that targeted people who are going to stores to get invited for a study. So we saw again pretty good completion rates across different channels. The swarm ethnography study is where we try to push people beyond the limits. We try to make the study fairly intensive. It included audio questions, video questions, media uploads, barcode scans, and we just wanted to see how people are comfortable with it, how much they are responding. And the results came out pretty well too. So we wanted to get about 600 completes, a fair amount of number to say, to generalize, saying, okay, how well, how people are comfortable with all these media uploads. It had all these rich media. We invited about 3,500 people. There was a reverse calculation based on the past experience for first media queries. And we had about 678 responses in 2 days. Look at that. There are about 658 people out of 678 who scanned barcodes. Almost all, except 5 people, everybody else uploaded pictures. About 557 people uploaded audio. Of 361 people who had pets, 289 uploaded videos of their pets. So, right, it's all great, all nice experience. What matters? We got multiple tools in hand. There are certain places where mobile research is really getting the sweet spots. I mean, this is based on the experience, what we have had, what clients are coming to us with. And if you were to summarize that, there are certain things which goes great with mobile. The in-store surveys, ethnography with media inputs. When you have to understand the basket of goods that people are buying, diary studies, anything that is to do with location, these are places where mobile works pretty well. There are also certain other things that you can do better with mobile. Things that we are already doing online gets better here. And one last piece of information is, it's all great. The technology technology can be great. It can do a lot of stuff. What we're also saying is, if we got, what is so important to make a study very smooth and successful is having the ability to reach out to the adequate panel to get the study done. So this balance, I believe, is so important in the mobile world, more important than in the online world, because we're not going to have people download 20 different apps to participate in mobile research. So I think as an industry, it's going to be extremely important for taking note of this, standardizing the technology, standardizing the mobile research guidelines, and make it easy for our operations colleagues. Thank you.
You've got this running on smartphones at the moment, and what countries or parts of the world is this available in?
Oh, okay. Right now we have it in all English-speaking countries, and right after this August, in August we have a new release, and post that we will have it in 9 other languages. So that would cover most of Europe, South America, and 2 major languages in Asia, which is Japanese and Chinese.